us Christians are entering a vulnerable time, a time of loneliness, a time of pain, a time of suffering, and it gets darker and darker in these end times, bro. And one thing that isn't spoken about enough is how to stay true to God and also true to yourself through these dark times. People take make you seem like you're weird for trying to be someone who you know you've always been. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay following God's commandments, trying to read his Bible, trying to pray all the time, staying dedicated is one of the struggles that isn't spoken about enough. And one thing I've realized along the way is that sometimes when you try to do things yourself too much and do things that you know God should be doing, but you're trying to do it yourself, you realize that you depend on your own strength and you depend on your own righteousness to get things done. And that's one thing that I know I shouldn't be doing, but I find myself doing anyway. And it's hard. It's hard. It's one of the challenge. It's one of the biggest challenges I face day to day. I'm getting better at it, low key, but I find myself falling in those traps. And one of those things that I find hard, and one of the things I keep on having to pray about in my prayer points, is that I rely on God's strength instead of my own strength, because my own strength isn't going to get me anywhere. Like me myself, I am not going to get myself anywhere. But with God by my side, I know I'm going to get to places. I know I can get things done. And I know I can please him if God is the one working through me. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it makes sense. But that's like one of the hardest things. Like, you know how pastors use the example of, God is the voice, I'm the microphone. But you see, what people don't realize is that you have to be a good quality microphone for the voice to be heard better. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, God wants to use you, but you need to be the right quality to be used. You know what I mean? Because we know that in the house of God, we have vessels of honor and dishonor. You know what I mean? It says it, I'll put the verse up right now, but I forgot the verse, but he says you should be a vessel of honor and dishonor. You know, some vessels are ready for the master to use and some aren't. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those things that I find it hard to do and keep myself a vessel of honor, you know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard to live a holy life. It's hard, you know what I mean? Living a holy life is something that isn't spoken about enough, but I know through the grace of God, if you keep on pushing and keep on trying, we can both, me and you watching me, we can both become better and better at finding God and also pleasing him.